What up, players? Robots Tay up in this mode. Welcome to a very special episode of how to paint a Ogre Tyrant for the Ogre Kingdom's army. You might notice that there is a giant puddle of known oil on my desk, and to see how that happened, stay tuned and watch the video. I'm not going to worry myself with it yet, but I thought I'd just keep on working until I finish what I was doing, which is shading the bottom of this guy's weapon here. So this is the standard that we're working for by the end of the video. Base coats and shades. He doesn't have his gut plate on, and I magnetized that so that I could switch it in and out. It's this Imperial brace of pistols. What am I doing? I have a giant thing of known oil on my desk and I gotta do... oh my god. Oh, so much paint. I spilled so much paint. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, it's like 3/4 gone. Okay. How am I gonna do this? I gotta take off my pants. In case when I try to mop this paint off the edge of my table, I don't spill any on my pants. Okay. Don't move, YouTube. I'm just going to sweep this known oil as much as possible off the side of my desk back into the pot. Okay. Alright, gosh, I gotta use something. That is not porous. Okay, I'll use, movement tray to the rescue. Okay. Here we go. Oh, my money. Look at all my money. My money is drying on the table. Oh, God. Okay, and turn it like this. Yeah. This is better. Okay. Alright. Easy does it. This would have all been circumvented if GW just came up with stupid pots that didn't spill. Oh, this is all gonna go terribly wrong. Yeah. Oh, what am I doing? I should be sweeping it into here, and then I can, instead of holding the pot. Okay, it's an even better idea. I'm gonna sweep it into. Ah, no. Oh, I had it at an angle. Oh, it's all over the floor. Oh my god. Oh, my known oil is all over the floor. Yeah, I got some. Okay, I got a lot. Okay. Alright, I can't worry about you now. Okay. Alright, I'm just gonna... Is it... Okay. I saved this much. Okay. Master, is everything okay? I heard... Never mind. Well, that was exciting. If you would like to donate a pot of Known Oil to Warboss Taste Studios at warbosstastestudios.com, please feel free to donate today. Why aren't you wearing any pants? Alright players, let's get started painting up this Tyrant. So we're using a lot of the, or not a lot, but a couple of the new Games Workshop metallics just to see how they work. And the two that we're really going to be trying out today are Layering Colors Hashut Copper and Rune Lord Brass. We're also using our good old Balthazar Gold, which is a base color, which means that that's going to go on the easiest. And you'll notice that I do not, I took off the guy's gut plate. I magnetized both sides of this, so I wanted him to have the option of being a man-eater with a brace of pistols, so using him like that. So we'll paint up the gut plate separately, and why don't we get started with the skin. So the skin of this guy is going to be, we're not even going to get to metallics yet, we're going to paint the basic guy, so it's going to be the Nebstone here, or the new equivalent Rackard Flesh, or what's the other one? There's another one that's like Rackard Flesh, Ushapti Bone, something like that. Anyways, I'm using the old Deneb Stone, so if you've got it, then that's perfect. If not, any of these like very creamy off-white looking colors for the ogre's skin will work. Trying something different because I've also painted my ogres with Talarn Flesh before, and I'm trying something different today. I think it'll work. Yeah, I really love this old sculpt. I just came back from seeing Cabin in the Woods, the horror movie here in America, and oh my goodness, it was so good. As someone who grew up on, like, you know, slasher movies and that, like, horror genre, I really had a great time seeing them turn it on its head. So yeah, if you can get to see that movie, Cabin in the Woods, highly suggest it. It was really awesome. The best part about it was after I went, it's like right near one of the two game shops here in Honolulu, and I popped in, got to see what some of the guys were doing, say hello, look at the new Necrons, debate over getting any of them, and then leave with my pride and my wallet intact. It's like, man, I don't even have an ogre army. What am I gonna do? Just start collecting Necrons? What am I thinking? I'd been meaning to try affixing a magnet to this guy's base and to the cork, but I didn't get a chance to. So, sorry about that. So let me tell you my thoughts on using this bone color as as a skin tone. I've mostly only used it before for models like the Racks and Grotesques for Warhammer 40,000, the Dark Eldar. I've also used it for zombies and vampires, pale pallid flesh tones, and actually I've also used it, I think, for... Didn't I use it for you, Lewis, when I was painting you up? Yeah, you're darn right you did. That's why it looks so darn beautiful. That is right. Lewis, you are beautiful. Words can't bring me down. The great thing about having Deneb Stone too is that you can paint the guy's teeth and you're going in to paint his lips, since the teeth are going to be painted up that bone color eventually anyways, so we're getting a head start painting teeth. Okay, so there we painted in his face, all of his exposed skin. Next thing we're gonna do is paint his trousers. We're going to be using for this the closest thing to shadow gray I could find, which is, oops, the Fang. Which is great because it's a base color. The old shadow gray was just a regular old Citadel layer color. So being a base color, the shadow gray should stick a little better. That's the whole point of the base colors in the range now, is so that you can use these as, they're like the new foundation colors for those of you who don't know. I was thinking of painting this guy in an kind of imperial theme, like my man-eaters and such. But then I was looking at the model on the cover, or on the box art, and I was just came to the conclusion, you know what? I'll just do it like on the box, and so that people can follow that, rather than getting all super creative. And then if I get a chance later, that's what I'll do again. Be creative in the next one. Okay, so there we go with that. Next thing we're gonna do, can we do any more before I have to cut? Let's paint, we're gonna paint the fur trim of the boots in Deneb Stone. And the boot parts itself, we're gonna be using good old Caridin Granite. You can also use Chaos Black, but Caridin Granite for the boots. The boot leather, I just thought, is a much more fun color. Deneb Stone for the fur trim, or Rakarth flesh, or whatever your Your alternative is you're gonna notice while you're painting the boots that there are a couple of plates of metal. So just paint over them for now, and then when we get to our metallics, then we can repaint them the color that they're going to be. But there's no point in trying to paint around them since it's only our first color and we're gonna do over them anyways. It'll save you a lot of time. Okay, so there we have the skin, majority of the boots before I get to the metallics. And the last thing we're going to do is paint the haft of the axe, and then everything else is pretty much metallics. So, let's get started. Okay, so we're going to get started on the haft of the two-handed weapon with Calvin Brown. And because this is one of the older paints, I'm just going to water it down a little and then apply it. It's so nice with the new base metallics, the base golds, not having to spend the time painting all of the gold and bronze pieces with Calvin Brown first. That was just such a hassle. And yeah, like in any of my videos now that I'm using, I don't have all the new colors, so just use the conversion chart on Games Workshop's website. Go to their paints and tools section of the website, then the drop down list, Citadel Paints should have a PDF that you can download and use. I should probably say that in all of my videos in case I get any new viewers, but I don't want to sound like a broken record for all my hardcore fans out there. Alright, so the guy's looking pretty good now, pretty good. I'm going to actually give, I just saw these bandages here up here at the top, so I'm going to paint these in Dehenibstone as well. And these bandages we will highlight in a different color later so as to stand out from the skin of the ogre. Okay. So now we can get started on the metallics. And And actually, before we do, the last thing we have to do is we're going to paint Captain Brown onto the little strap of fabric hanging from his belt. You might not see it because it's kind of tucked behind all this chainmail, but it's there. And the one on the box art with the guy with the blue pants like we've got has this, looks like this Captain Brown. So that's what we're gonna paint it. Okay. So let's get started. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to paint in all the silver. Let's finish painting the pants here. And silver, what's going to be silver? The chainmail. Looks like that's about it on going from this box art. Looks like let me show it to you guys. The chainmail is the only thing that really looks like it's silver. Everything else has that dark tin bits or dark gold and dark bronze kind of look to it. So we are going to go with the dirty bolt gun metal or lead belcher if you're using the new colors. I don't plan on buying lead belcher, just to let you guys know. I mean, I know I said it in my other video, but bolt gun metal, I'm just going to keep using that until I run out. Because why not? So this guy's got a lot of chainmail all over him, so this might take a while. That's alright, just be patient and get all the way through. Just work your way through. That's what's interesting with these resculpts of the old metal models, these resculpts in fine cast, is that the detail is a lot better. I'm painting this belt buckle here, but at the same time, it just feels like some of these fine cast pieces did not come out well, or just feel like they're cast in the, I don't know, it could just be my imagination. Fine cast. Get this guy off his base. I started using this cork base and poster tack technique because I was sick of holding models in my fingers, like the 20mm based night goblins, for example. I couldn't twist them or hold them up to light. It was really painful for my fingers. And those of you who painted for a while know what I'm talking about. And one day I heard about the cork and tack trick. I think it was from Girl Painting. Alexandra from Girl Painting inspired me to get it for myself, and it has been a total blessing since. And each head is different. You might not have chosen the head that I chose. The head that I chose has a lot of this chainmail, but if you went with the other one, then you can copy some of these tactics or some of these techniques for your guys. It's no problem. Ugly Tyrant. No. Naughty Termagant. Very Mongolian, yeah. The face. Let's go a little bit further before we cut off. We're going to be using Balthazar Gold for all of the gold pieces of armor. And that is going to include the belly plate, which I'm not going to do in this part of the video, but also the helmet. And the plates up here. Poor doggy just wants to come inside and sleep on the bed. I can't let you do that, doggy. You snore too loud. You snore when I make my videos. I think my neighbors are having a party. Sorry about that. Now look how easily this new gold just goes on so nicely. Whew. Okay, we're gonna take, next we're gonna take Hashut Copper. It's a layer, but we're gonna see how easily it goes on as a base. So this looks like, just off the bat, it looks like the new shining gold with just the way the color looks. So this we might run into some problems. Yeah, it's separating really quickly. So, okay, we'll just keep painting. We'll keep painting Balthazar Gold on all the gold and copper and brass bits, and then we'll go back over later with the actual colors they're supposed to be. So still a little tedious, but much better than having to do 3 colors. You know, like a foundation, brown, and then the color. Okay, so while I was waiting for my camera to recharge, I painted up all the plates, anything that is not silver, in the base coat of Balthazar Gold. And some of it we're going to be changing, but it's a good base coat to have. And alright, so let's continue filming. We're going to switch over to Rune Lord Brass for the, looks like most of the plates, yeah, most of the plates is going to get this Rune Lord Brass color. Kind of like the new, not as brown tin bits. but like the weapon, this two-handed weapon is gonna get it. You see what I mean about these layer paints for the metallics, just almost immediately separating and spreading. So that's why it's good to still have some kind of base coat underneath. Which is too bad because the Balthazar Gold is so good. This brush is not good. Yeah, but having this Balthazar Gold is great because even if this Rune Lord brass color kind of doesn't cover as evenly as Balthazar Gold did, it's right there peeking out underneath and provides a great little base. And then I'm going to be painting as well the spike ball down here at the bottom, and I think having a gold helmet is going to make it really good for this other kind of brass color to stand out and yet be, you know, just as interesting. Oh, another thing that I did while I was waiting for the video to upload was I took Calvin Brown and I painted in the belt that's going around this guy's waist. Kind of missed it. And it's also the strap hanging onto the Noblar, which we'll paint in a little while as well. So it looks like this Rune Lord brass we're also going to be painting on the shoulder plates. And it's hard to tell because the fine cast Ogre on the box was painted before this new paint range came out, and I don't know if they have a new Tin Bits color or not, but just trying to recreate what's on the box art as closely as I can. Yeah, so it looks like we're going to try and get to all of the armor plates except for the helmet. The helmet looks like it's nice and gold, and the gut plate as well that they chose to use. We're using a different gut plate, of course, which I'll paint separately, but looks like all of these armor plates are going to do really well with this brass color. So this is just the beginning. We haven't washed it or anything yet, but kind of looking forward to the washes, seeing everything start coming together. There we go. Yeah, so that looks good. I kind of like the way that brass looks like old metal. Rune Lord brass looks like old metal, whereas the old dwarf bronze just seemed too a little bit too shiny and rich on this guy, anyways. Well, yeah, we also want to paint his little boot joppies. Alright. So we're gonna let that dry. While we're letting that dry, we're gonna get to work on the washes. I'm not sure what the new wash is called for flesh, but Rakeland Flesh Wash, I think. But the old wash is called Ogre. And hey, what a surprise, this guy's an ogre. Some people like using two separate water cups of water for cleaning their brushes. One for all the gold paints and one for all the regular paints. I generally don't like to do that, but you know, when you dip your paint in the brush and see little gold flecks or little metallic flecks, then it's probably a good sign that you should change your water, which I will be doing soon. Look at all this back fat. This guy needs to take some Zumba classes. Make sure you hit all the angles. The old washes, you don't want anything to zoom out a little bit. You don't want anything to pool, except in the dark shadows. The new washes, the new shades, I should say, are a lot more forgiving. Seem to be. Moves. Might be wondering why I didn't color his mustache or beard. And that's because I want to shade and highlight his face first. Some people do it differently. You might want to do it differently. Just to get that base color of the beard and mustache out, but this is how I'm gonna do it for now. Love Ogre Flesh. I think that it's gonna go really nicely with the rest of the ogres that I've got in my collection. Okay, you want to be careful with this hand because he's holding Deneb stone colored hand wrap around the weapon, but the shade for that is going to be different. So you only want to shade as much as possible his skin. That makes sense. There you go. Something in his mouth too. Right. So that big gap where his gut plate's gonna be, but other than that, he looks pretty good. We could start with. We're gonna paint Agrax Earth Shade on the heft, the axe haft, or I'm sorry, the weapon shaft. As well as on the boots. So make sure you get Get it on there. All the way right up to the bandage. We're also going for the boots. So this is everything: the keratin granite bottom layer, the deneb stone trim, right up to where it meets the pants. Agrax Earthshade is actually a lovely color that seems to mix the old Griffin Sepia with the old Devlin Mud. And I like it. Okay, at this point we're going to start adding some of the blue wash, and the blue wash is called Drakenhof Nightshade, and so I gotta stop using the term wash. They call them shades now. So this is just going right onto the pants. Look how smart that makes you. Look how handsome you are. I'm gonna make sure the Agrax Earthshade in the trim of the boots is just about dry, because you don't want that blue shade getting into the wash on your fur trim. Move it around as much as possible. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. I don't know, it's not really feeling it. Look at how it just kind of sits there, and when you move it around, it just kind of It's dark blue color. It's really nice, but it's kind of, I don't know, I'm not really impressed with it as a shade. What do you guys think? Doesn't really, I don't know, it seems kind of, yeah, I gotta shake it. Uh-oh. Okay. Whew. Oh, we had another yellow shade disaster on our hands because I hadn't closed it completely. Oops. Oops. So we'll let that dry. The good thing about these shades is that it doesn't pool as severely. Like, it doesn't leave crazy watermarks, I've noticed, as much as when you would use the old washes. So that's, you know, that's a saving grace for it. I forgot to paint these little hooks in the front. So excuse me while I get my bolt gun metal again. Just go back over those little hooks in the front. No, we will not let you go. Let me go. We will not let you go. Let me go. Okay. It's looking really nice. That shade, flesh shade on over the deneb stone is really good, I think. Alright, Known Oil is our new Badab Black. And we're gonna paint this over all stuff that is not other stuff. And it's gonna be awesome. So overall, the gold, the rune smith copper. Bend it back. I'm gonna start with the weapon. Work my way out from there. Because this is a non-silver metal, can't wait to get to the verdigris part. And now we're just gonna be real general with where we're painting it. Move it around so it gets, the majority of it gets kind of close to where the plates meet each other, or where, you know, the light isn't going to be hitting it, hitting the chainmail. And pretty much that's it. You just go wild, go nuts. This is such an easy model to paint. Very minimal colors, like with the ogres overall. Such a great range for a starter player, someone getting into the hobby, or someone who just doesn't want to, you know, do all the crazy quartering and different kinds of color schemes, and just want something real basic, but something a color scheme that you can make look really good with just a minimum amount of paints. This is it, boy. This is it. Shades are really doing so much of your work for you. You just don't want to become too reliant on the shades that you aren't able to, you know, move the color around. There we go. I think the best part of the hobby when you're an intermediate painter, so after you've painted a couple of models, is and you're not like a beginner anymore, is being able to put wash or shade on a model and be able to tell, like, okay, I need to add some more shade over here, or move some of the shade over here around because it doesn't look realistic. It's one of my favorite skills that I kind of developed while using these. I remember when I was not using shades when I first got into it, because I was going off of the old How to Paint Citadel Miniatures book, and I think it came out before the washes were released, or maybe I just didn't buy it. I just remember not using washes and painting my night goblins according to the thing, and just thinking like, oh, there's so many steps, and when it comes out the transitions are so weird. I couldn't really explain it because I was just a beginner, you know, beginner in the hobby, but I just kept thinking to myself, there's got to be a better way to get these natural looking, to get a natural look to your models, and boy, these shades came along and just were like a dream come true. Base coat, wash, highlight. So simple. Yeah, that's weird. I'm trying to paint the shade in the armor back here, but it's like moving all around. It doesn't want to stay. Just want to stay in the chainmail recesses. I mean the little pockets in the links. Okay. So I'm gonna let all this shade dry, and then I'll cut the video here so people who want to just do the base coats and the shades can follow along, and then stay tuned for, oh, I missed some ochre and shade over here on the bottom of his hand. Looks like he's got like that Michael Jackson disease. He's really light on like one part of his body. I'm gonna have to fix that right now. No, no, Fine cast.